The significance of Buddhism in addressing social and political challenges in India. Buddhism has a long and rich history in India, dating back to the time of the Buddha himself. Over the centuries, Buddhism has played an important role in shaping Indian culture, philosophy, and spirituality, and it continues to be a vibrant and influential force in the country today. One of the key areas in which Buddhism has made a significant impact in India is in the realm of social and political challenges. From its earliest days, Buddhism has been closely associated with social justice and the pursuit of ethical and moral principles. The Buddha himself was a tireless advocate for social reform, and his teachings emphasized the importance of compassion, nonviolence, and the pursuit of inner peace as a means of creating a more just and equitable society. Today, Buddhism remains an important force for social and political change in India. One of the key challenges facing the country is the issue of caste-based discrimination, which has deep roots in Indian society and continues to be a major source of inequality and injustice. Buddhism has played an important role in challenging the caste system and promoting social equality, with many Dalits, formerly known as untouchables, converting to Buddhism as a means of escaping the discrimination and oppression they face. Buddhism has also been a source of inspiration for many social and political movements in India, including the Indian independence movement led by Mahatma Gandhi. Gandhi was deeply influenced by Buddhist teachings on nonviolence, and he drew on these teachings in his efforts to challenge British colonial rule and promote social reform in India. In recent years, Buddhism has continued to be an important force for social and political change in India. One area in which Buddhism has made a significant impact is in the realm of environmental activism. Many Buddhists in India see the protection of the environment as a key moral issue, and they have been active in campaigns to protect forests, wildlife, and other natural resources. Buddhism has also played an important role in promoting peace and reconciliation in India. In the aftermath of the violent conflicts that have plagued the country in recent years, many Buddhist leaders have worked to promote dialogue and understanding between different communities. Emphasizing the importance of nonviolence, compassion, and forgiveness as a means of building a more peaceful and harmonious society. In addition to its role in addressing social and political challenges in India, Buddhism also continues to be a source of spiritual and cultural inspiration for millions of people in the country. Buddhist teachings on compassion, wisdom, and the pursuit of inner peace continue to offer a powerful alternative to the materialism and consumerism that dominate modern society, and they continue to inspire people of all backgrounds and beliefs. One of the ways in which Buddhism has been particularly effective in addressing social and political challenges in India is through its emphasis on nonviolence. Nonviolence has been a key principle of Buddhism since its earliest days, and it remains a central part of the religion's ethical teachings today. The Buddha himself taught that violence is never an acceptable means of resolving conflicts and that the pursuit of peace and nonviolence is essential for creating a just and harmonious society. In India, the principle of nonviolence has been particularly influential in the context of political activism and social reform. Gandhi, for example, was deeply influenced by Buddhist teachings on nonviolence, and he drew on these teachings in his efforts to challenge British colonial rule. Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolent resistance, known as satyagraha, remains a powerful force for change in India today, and it has been used by many social and political movements to challenge injustice and promote social reform. Another way in which Buddhism has been effective in addressing social and political challenges in India is through its emphasis on compassion and empathy. Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of cultivating a sense of compassion for all beings, and this emphasis on empathy and understanding has been particularly important in the context of addressing issues such as caste-based discrimination and social inequality. Buddhist leaders in India have been at the forefront of efforts to promote tolerance and understanding between different communities, and they have worked to challenge the divisive rhetoric and actions of political leaders who seek to exploit social and religious differences for their own gain. Through their emphasis on compassion and empathy, Buddhist leaders have been able to build bridges between different communities and promote a greater sense of unity and cooperation in Indian society. Finally, Buddhism has been effective in addressing social and political challenges in India through its emphasis on personal transformation and inner peace. Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of cultivating inner peace and wisdom as a means of achieving social and political change, and this emphasis on personal transformation has been a powerful force for change in India. Through practices such as meditation and mindfulness, Buddhists in India have been able to cultivate a greater sense of self-awareness and inner peace, which in turn has enabled them to become more effective agents of change in their communities and in society as a whole. By focusing on personal transformation and inner peace, Buddhism offers a powerful alternative to the culture of violence and aggression that often dominates modern society. One of the key strengths of Buddhism in addressing social and political challenges in India is its adaptability. Buddhism has a long and complex history in India, and it has been shaped by a wide range of cultural and historical influences. As a result, Buddhism has been able to adapt to changing social, political, and cultural contexts, and it has been able to remain relevant and effective in addressing the challenges facing Indian society today. For example, in recent years, Buddhism has been particularly effective in addressing issues related to environmental degradation and climate change. Many Buddhists in India see the protection of the environment as a key moral issue, and they have been active in campaigns to protect forests, wildlife, and other natural resources. This emphasis on environmental activism reflects Buddhism's ability to adapt to changing social and political contexts and to remain relevant and effective in addressing contemporary challenges. Another area in which Buddhism has been effective in addressing social and political challenges in India is through its emphasis on education and social reform. Many Buddhist leaders in India have been at the forefront of efforts to promote education and to challenge social inequality and discrimination. Through their emphasis on education and social reform, Buddhist leaders have been able to empower marginalized communities and to promote greater social and economic equality in Indian society. Finally, Buddhism has been effective in addressing social and political challenges in India through its emphasis on community building and social engagement. Buddhist temples and monasteries have played an important role in providing social services and support to their communities, and they have been effective in mobilizing support for social and political causes. Through their emphasis on community building and social engagement, Buddhists in India have been able to build strong and resilient communities that are able to withstand the challenges of social and political change. Another way in which Buddhism has been effective in addressing social and political challenges in India is through its emphasis on interfaith dialogue and cooperation. Buddhism has a long history of engagement with other religious traditions, including Hinduism, Jainism, and Islam, and this engagement has led to a deep appreciation for the diversity and richness of Indian culture and spirituality. Through interfaith dialogue and cooperation, Buddhists in India have been able to build bridges between different religious communities, promoting a greater sense of understanding, tolerance, and cooperation.